Accent Decor actually has a lot of some really cool metal work with glass combinations, so that you have actually purchased Bella stand for Bella glass so that it just simply fits into it. It fits in very nice and snug, comes in different sizes, and along with designing in something like this as a vase, there's many different uses. You can use it as a stand for holding bouquets, for bridal bouquets and hand-tied bouquets, so it's got a lot of different use. But I want to today show you something that you can create that makes it, this design or whatever you do in this, much bigger. And what it is using these palm leaves. Now these palm leaves comes 12 pieces, they're 40 inches tall, very tall, and it was interesting as I examined these pieces, I noticed that they're actually a fold, so that you actually get double the width out of each one of this. When you first unpack it, you think it's that thinner, but actually it doubles. And so you actually get twice the width than what you first think it might be. So that's a real extra perk. But what I'm going to do with this is actually I'm going to go and attach this to each one of these metal prongs. Let's do this. These U-glue again. It's a great material. Mechanic. Dashes. And so I'm going to start out with having these attached to the top of these prongs. And I can just simply take some of these cover off, like that. Okay, so now what we can do is actually place this palm right down in there and let it adhere to these surfaces. Split some of that a little bit more. This piece here, and see how it's glittered so that it gives it a very beautiful sheen especially for festive occasions. And you're just going to line that side by adhering to those little glue strips that we put in there. Now this was a real find to see that it really is a double wide piece. Okay. So now we're going to put the vase into this, which spreads it out a little bit more, and it gives you that extra height on this container. And what you're going to do now is go back in and add just additional piece that would just wedge into what you have already to sort of fill and cover the spaces. And there again, we're going to take a piece of the dash, and that attaches to glass like that. So it stays and hugs the space really nicely. And this way you can go all the way around and pretty much cover the whole surface, so that you have the size of a very nice size arrangement by putting just a few flowers into it, because there's so much of it's already covered. So you don't have to just fill it with tons of flowers to get the visual value. Again, the size of an arrangement makes a big difference, and you already have the size with these palm leaves on this particular piece. Like that. And then you can finish it off all the way around. But what I've done here, and I'm going to show you sort of the finished result over here. What I've done is finished it off by including the flax, and then I banded it with wire, and that's being constructed again with the number 12 gauge wire, which is being hammered. And I guess I used that kind of almost like the bronze wire, brown wire, so that it coordinates very nicely with the color of the stand, as well as the flax, the color of the flax. And I simply took and split into these opening, the patio pendulum. Of course, there's water inside and it just peeks out. So that arrangement of flowers just is a ring around this area, and the rest of it is this tall stand that's already in place, that's dried, so that it can be kept and used over and over again.